Hello once again. Hey, it's Dan coming to you from the workshop in Virginia. What you see before me is my winter build. I did not build an airplane obviously this winter. I've got plenty of them. I can't fuss with them all the time, so I decided to branch out into some other interests. What you see is my attempt to build a precision rifle based on the Ruger 1022. I had an old Ruger carbine rifle, and I've been upgrading it for a number of years with different things, different stocks, but this winter I decided I'd try and go all out, build a real one. So anyway, this is what I got here. This is a precision rifle, precision rimfire rifle. It's a budget build. It's not too crazy, and I have a list of everything I put in it right here. Starting out with the Brownells receiver with a Picatinny rail built in, so there's no flopping or getting loose or anything like that. It's built in. It's Brownells. This is the key thing because this has a serial number on it. And I might say, if you're smart and you don't have a 1022, you don't have to have a 1022. You can buy parts for these things anywhere. So if you wanted to build a gun like this and you do not have an old 1022, I would tell you just forget it. The only thing on this gun that's really a Ruger anymore is this part right here, which is the original bolt. And even that's been heavily modified. I've had it out, I've curved the front of it, and it has a different extractor on it. It has a Volquartsen extractor. So that's the only real Ruger part. Well, there is another Ruger part. It's just down here. It's a trigger group. Ruger makes what they call a BX trigger, the whole group. So I bought the whole new group. So there is a Ruger trigger group, and this is the original bolt out of my other one. Other than that, everything is aftermarket parts. So first thing, so if you're going to build one, you don't have an old Ruger, I suggest you just get a list of parts and start building. So here's the list of parts that I've used. If anyone's interested, I'd be glad to share that with you. The total build, I added up last night. You can see here, it's counting that I had to buy a new gun case over there and a saw to get this thing to fit in there. So if you count that in the build, it was $920. So it's about what I figured it'd be, about $900. But anyway, it's a Ruger 1022 based on the 1022. The patent on the 1022 has been off for some years, so it's the most copied gun in the world, really. So anyway, with this here, I hope you can see it here. This is the Brownells. This is the first thing you got to start with. You got to get a receiver. And you have to, this thing was let's see, that was $143 plus. That's the part that you have to have transferred to your local dealer, your Federal Firearms dealer. So this gun is registered to me by this number here. So you start with a receiver, and then you get a barrel. And I looked at a lot of different barrels, and this is made by Summit Precision. And it's a stainless steel barrel. It's 18.5 inches long. It's got a 16-to-1 twist. It has a screwed on front end. It's 1 28 threads. So I could put a compensator on it if I wanted. I don't know that I ever will, but this is such a nice, this is carbon fiber wrapped stainless steel. So it's free floated, and if you start looking at barrels, you can spend anything you want for barrels. But this barrel, I spent $250 for this barrel. Now I shot it today, and I'll talk about that in just a little bit. So the stock I decided on was what they call MagPro Archangel, and I wanted this desert tan, so it took 6 weeks to get this. They call it a special order. They make a tan, and they make a black, and they make a green. But try to get one of these, it's tough. I had to wait and wait and wait. So that was the long pole in the tent. Anyway, it's got an adjustable stock in the back. This has got the comb, or whatever you call it, adjustable cheek riser, up and down. Now, I did have to buy this little soft pad to put on there, but you can adjust that up and down. You just turn this big wheel here, and it's sort of hard to turn, so it doesn't just flop around. And this stuff is almost bomb-proof. It's made out of fiberglass reinforced, I don't know, titanium or something. But I had a real problem trying to get the stock to fit in the gun. It fit all right, but down in here, I hope you can see it, down in this area here, and I worked and worked and worked. Down in here, you have to file, take a flat file. So you got to take the action out of the gun and file and put the action back in the gun, and you got to test it with this thing here that releases the mags. So in and out. I spent about 3 days doing that. In and out, getting it just right. So now I have 5 mags, and they all go like this to drop it, and it should drop straight down. I still got 2 mags, which are originals, the original black ones that do not pass my drop test. I've got 2 clear plastic mags that pass the drop test, drops right out. And I've also purchased, with this build, I purchased the BX-15 magazine, which I haven't even shot yet. So I got it all together. Oh, and this is just a carbon fiber cheap bipod I got off of Amazon. And I didn't go crazy on the scope. I don't know what you get when you buy a $300 or $400 scope. But this scope here is a Bushnell. I've had good luck with Bushnell binoculars. And this is a Bushnell scope. And I got this for 130 bucks. It is a R3 4x12 by 40. This has an adjustable objective lens, which means this takes care of the parallax. And it's got the numbers right on there. You just dial it right in, whatever you want, whatever you're shooting at. It's guaranteed for life. So for $136, 130, you can't beat it. So I'm trying that. Maybe someday I'll appreciate a $300 or $400 Vortex scope, but not today. So I took it out to shoot it today, and it really shoots well. Matte, Summit Precision. This is a fantastic barrel. It looks, I'm a sucker for red, so I try to get this thing to match the red, and then a red release. I don't know. You even got a red trigger, and you just don't get a red trigger unless you buy the BX drop-in trigger. So anyway, I shot it today. She shoots real nice. Over here you can see the target board. This is where we started out. These are great target boards. If you don't have targets, if you don't use these, you should. One of these Champion Red Field Precision Sighting targets. And my last group, this group right here, this is my last 10 shots right there. If you measure that out, that's a 1-inch square, maybe a little less than a 1-inch square. So 10 shots, all I need to do, which I've already done on the bench here, I just figured the clicks. I've adjusted it, so next time I take it out, they should be dead center on. So we'll see how that goes. Anyway, just tell Matt that this thing shoots as good as it looks. And it looks damn good if you ask me. So anyway, that's my toy I'm playing with right now. I don't know when I'll take it out again, but I'll take it out. And I wanted to get there early today to this range, because I call them the big boomers. The guys bring out their old Mausers and Mosins and God knows what they shoot. But when you're trying to shoot a little quiet thing like this, and the guy's beside you, and he's chucking these, I don't know, 5.56 Mauser shells out the side, it sort of gives you the jitters. But anyway, that's it. That's my build for the winter. I think it's going to be a good toy. So anyway, if anybody's interested, I can send you this build list if you need it. So that's all for now. Out here, shoot safely.